The types of clients I see basically adults from about 20 years old through older age, mostly individual therapy, although I do like running groups also. I see people coming in with a wide range of different kinds of issues from just sort of feeling stuck in life. So anxiety or depression. I do see some clients who have substance use or alcohol use. I also do some work with chronic health or chronic pain conditions. So a lot of the clients that come to see me are actually coming in to see for the kind of therapy that I do, which is it's a form of cognitive behavioral therapy known as ACT, which stands for acceptance and commitment therapy. So I see quite a few clients who are coming in looking for that specifically. My approach to therapy is it's mostly what you might call cognitive behavioral. So it tends to focus on more on sort of here and now problems, how people are stuck, rather than spending a lot of time looking through people's history. So history is relevant, of course, and sometimes there are occasions when it's important to go look at history. But the majority of the kind of time and energy spent in therapy with me tends to be focused on patterns or forces in people's lives or within themselves that are keeping them stuck kind of now. So it's looking at how the pattern has gotten stuck and what are some ways we can kind of loosen that and get people moving forward again. One thing I often cover with my clients early is this idea of, what is ACT? What is this approach to therapy, or what is this model really about? And it's actually difficult to summarize in just a few words. So one of the ways I describe it is, if you can think about like the Serenity Prayer, right? A lot of people know the Serenity Prayer, and you don't have to be at all religious to appreciate the wisdom that's in that, right? So it sort of separates the tasks into what can be changed, what needs to be accepted or carried, and then having the wisdom to know the difference. And it turns out that none of us, human beings in general, are not that good at that task. So we end up struggling and trying to change a lot of things that really aren't that changeable. And at the same time, we often accept situations in our lives that actually can be changed. And so I think about ACT as being a way of sort of living the Serenity Prayer. So, how do you actually put that into action? How do you change things? What does it mean to accept or to carry different problems that are not probably changeable? And then how do you actually do that sorting? What goes in which box and how do you do that? ACT has a lot of ideas and strategies and techniques for helping people do that. And so a lot of the clients I see, it's partly a matter of navigating that. I would say one of the most gratifying things to see is um, people shifting from simply trying to reduce symptoms or solve problems to really plug into like meaning and purpose in their lives. And so I think I'm a big fan of Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. And I think Frankl was right. I think one of the most important things we can do is actually put down the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of feeling better and pivoting more toward finding purpose and meaning and richness in our lives turns out to be actually a better way of being happy anyway. It's sort of like you have to come at it from the angle, from the side. I think Viktor Frankl was right about that, and it's it is very gratifying to introduce those ideas and how people see how that might happen because it changes the game profoundly, and it's very gratifying to see people kind of get that idea and then pursue it with real energy. Yeah, I guess I have a lot of sympathy for people who hesitate to come into therapy. I think I I'm not somebody who suggests that everyone should be in therapy. I've heard that idea expressed by different people, and I guess I'm not really on board with that. And so I understand the ambivalence, I understand the hesitation, and I do think it makes sense to try some other things before you invest the time, the energy, and the money, and the resources to do therapy. However, once you've done that a bit, if you're still stuck, it doesn't make a lot of sense to just keep doing what isn't working, right? And so I think having another person to share struggles with can be really very helpful. There's something about kind of sorting through whatever you're dealing with, and but doing it out loud with another person in the room, hearing yourself explain what's going on, allowing them to understand it, allowing them to reflect back, that it really changes the situation pretty profoundly. And so I would say for people, don't wait too long to get that process started, because you can waste years and decades of your life trying to kind of get unstuck in a way that isn't working. And I've seen a lot of people sort of get that, sometimes quickly, actually, even after a long period of struggle. So don't put that off too long.